Good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. Thank you so much for stopping by, folks. We try and come here every Friday as best as we can to answer your media ministry questions. I don't know everything, folks, but hopefully the little bit that I do know and the things I don't forget, like I forgot my phone is upstairs. I need to make sure that's by me just in case anything happens. But anyway, I try to answer questions as best as I possibly can to make your journey a little bit easier when it comes to media ministry. And if I don't know it, folks, that's the beauty of this community. We've built this community together so that we can all work together, and it's not just on one person to try and do everything. So I'm really excited about that. I am honestly a little bit dragging. I was watching the Tesla's live stream event last night, and it was about 50 minutes late. It was supposed to start at 10 o'clock Eastern time. It was 50 minutes late because they had a medical emergency there with some people there. So I fell asleep on the couch and then woke up and rewound and watched everything again. Really cool. They have it's not funny. They call it a Robovin a robo van that holds 20 people, an electric van that's going to be coming out. Man, just imagine you got an electric church van that can go autonomously and pick up people and bring them to the church. I think that's going to be cool. But anyway, so I'm dragging a little bit, but we got a lot of stuff going on. Today, we're actually going to be with the fine folks, the West. Let me make sure I got the right button pressed on here. Yeah, I do. The fine folks with the West in Charlottesville, they have, and I'm pressing the wrong button. AJ, come on now. We have their On a Mission for the Great Commission conference that starts today in Charlottesville. It is in person and online. We're going to be handling some praise and worship for them there. So right after this, when my daughter gets out of school, picking her up and heading right up there. So love to see you there in person or online. Either way, I have a link if you want to register to do that. Really excited about the stuff. This is their 4th year doing that. But before we get into all of that fun stuff, let's go ahead and holler at a bunch of folks here that are online with us. Whew. Parker, hey, good morning. Anthony, what is going on? G. Albert from Barcelona, hello, hello. Eric from Las Vegas, how are you doing? Josh, good morning. Darius, how you doing? How you doing? Amy, oh, it jumped on me. Amy, good morning. Creator for Fun, hello, and thank you. And if y'all wanted to know, the live stream that I do to my website and Twitch is being ran by the Roadcaster. So there it is, running real good. It is running at live. It is running at high, and learned a whole lot more stuff messing around. And that's why I do the first impressions. I mean, it was my first impression. I didn't read the manual. I didn't do none of that. So obviously, I got a lot of stuff to work to get that stuff there, but found some interesting things with it, which are good, and some different things that y'all brought out as well too. But thank you again, Creator for Fun, for sending that to me. I will get it back out to you as soon as possible. Patrick, good morning. Mr. Clarence, good morning to you. Mike from Canada, hello, hello. Whew, yeah. Yolanda, hello. It looks like you pulled this comment back, but like I said, VMix Social shows everything, but we'll still answer it there. Juanita Jones, hello, hello. Let's see. Excuse me. Man, it's jumping up on me. Jay Santiago, hello, hello. Philip Paul, what is going on? C4 Fun Art. I got you. Elder Rob, hello, hello. And it's not my audio is soft. I just wasn't talking directly into the mic. I do have it. I normally never change the settings on here since it's just me. So if it's soft, it's just because I'm not close to it. Good evening from South Australia. Man, I want to go to Australia so bad. Well, thank you for joining. Roy, sorry I skipped you. Paige jumped on me. Hello, hello. Norm, hello. Alrighty, folks. So, like I said, just know if you have a question for me, please start it off with a Q so it makes it easier for it to jump out. But if I don't get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond. If we go back and forth with emails 4 or 5 times, I highly recommend you just go ahead and book a consultation with me for a dedicated hour to go through whatever stuff that you got. I do have a couple of trips coming up. We're coming around the corner with the Chicago one, the Elgin, Illinois install. Waiting for them. They're starting their campaign in November. So work is going to start getting started with running the cables over there. So I'll be bouncing up there now. It went from being up there for 2 days. Now we're going to be up there for maybe about 6 or 7. So I'll let y'all know as we get closer to that. Also, folks, if we don't, again, like I said, I don't know everything, but if you're not a part of our great community, Facebook, go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, and that's all you got to do. CIDN, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Go to there, just answer the 3 questions, and you are in like Flynn, and that's about it. Do not live stream inside the group, or you'll get kicked out. That's about it. We hit 65,000 subscribers, folks. So again, thank you. We're at 65. What are we at? Hold on, let me see. We are at 65,077 subscribers. We are under 5,000 away from our next giveaway. Our giveaway is this time around, it's going to be two $1,000 bundles. Hold on, I got to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. Two $1,000 bundles or a one $2,000 bundle. That is my promise. I said I was going to do every 10,000 subscribers all the way up to 250,000. Link is down below to enter into that giveaway. If not, this is the link right here. If you've already entered, don't worry about it. If you're a Patreon or a YouTube member, I enter your name in twice. That is another way of me saying thank you for all of that good stuff. I think that's everything. So normally I would do about like the merch, missionary gear, and all this other stuff like that. I would help you out. When AJ, you got to do it because you just never know. There might be some new people watching. So if we go back here, just know, folks, I am not sponsored in any of this stuff. Monty, hey, good morning to you, sir. I didn't see you there. Octavius Lee, hello from Santa Clara, California. But one thing I want to say is, like, we're not sponsored here. Everything is supported by Patreons, YouTube members, and my company. So if you want to contribute and you don't want to be a Patreon or a YouTube member, you can always buy some merch and stuff like that from AJaytheCEO.com or the emissionarygear.com. All of the funds go towards that. And let me use this platform to shout out your team. A lot of your teams are doing great stuff. And we all know that media ministries are sometimes the most thankless job that is out there. So send me a picture of your team. Email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Make the subject my media team. Give me a picture of your team. Tell me your ministry and where you're located, so I can shout out your team and give them their kudos as best as we possibly can. Again, thank you so much that we still have our books on Amazon, and those who are continuing to buy that, thank you so much. So anyway, I think that's enough blabbing. Let me switch back to here. And like I said, we're going to fire away the questions. Please start it off with a Q, and we will go from there. Let's see, our first question here. Let's see. I think I'm going to start with Amy. Amy was, good morning. Why on my church YouTube account we have to verify the account for advertising or promoting account? We have to verify the account for advertising or promoting the videos because it's to make sure that you're not a robot. You have to analyze that because it's a whole. If you look out on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of AI stuff, a bunch of nonsense, and they have to put something in place to try and verify that you're an actual person. So that's just how it is, unfortunately. Patrick, in vMix, can you stream the same video to two platforms but use different audio for each platform? Also, when streaming to two platforms, does it require twice the bandwidth? Yes and yes. Because if you're going to a different platform from vMix, your upload speed is going to need to be able to sustain two streams. The computer's going to be able to maintain two streams. So yes, that's part two. The first part, yes, you can send a different audio stream to that. Let me see. I don't have this computer connected. So I want to be careful I don't shut down. Yeah, it won't let me go into it while I'm using vMix right now. I believe you can. So I had to circle back on that one as well, too. Man, I don't know why I feel so drained all of a sudden. Anthony, how can I slow down the presets on the AVCAM's camera? It depends on what you're doing, Anthony. So inside the settings of the camera, you can actually turn down the speed. So let me see if I can log into one of my cameras and show you. Let's log in. Let's drag this over here. So if we log in, if I can get my mouse over here, and yes, I'm on the PTZ Optics, but they're all the same. So coming in here, you have your speeds here, Now that is just moving the camera in general, but there are some. Well, actually, let me do a different one because this one has given me an issue. Let's go to this one. This is the SMT AV, my overhead camera. So in here, see, they all have the same types of speeds in here. You can play around with these settings in here, and sometimes it might not be in the web page, but sometimes it is. Let's see, that's the zoom and focus speed and your preset speed. So you want it to go slower. Let me make sure I got that right with what you said. Up, and it jumped out on me. Hold on. You want to slow down the presets. It's going to be all in the speed because honestly, like if I go over here to the PTZ Optics one right here, and I have presets in here, and if I do this one, like these are actually too slow for me. See, it does that, and then when I go back to the other one, see, it's really slow. And this is not personally the setting like I would want it to go on that one compared to the Famako one here. So like when I change this, and man, I need to shave my head. When I go over to here, see, this one is super fast, and you can change the speeds of that. So let's actually go look at that one, because that one, I think that one responds a little bit better in the menu settings here. So let's log in. And I don't know exactly where that one is because I don't have that one in front of me. So again, it's focus speed. So let's play around with that. So let me see. If I change the speed, let's change it down to 3 and 3 on both of those. We're going to set that there. And now let's switch back to that camera. And now let's change my shot again. Let's see how it goes now. See, it's still that. I think that control in the settings is going to be just actually moving the joystick. Where is that setting? I know I've played around with that before. I just don't recall off the top of my head where that is at. It's not tracking. All right, that's just the AI one because that's not going to be universal for everybody. PTZ, no. I might have to circle back with you on that one. Anthony, I think it might be a menu setting that you got to use with the remote, to be quite honest. I know where that setting, I've seen that setting, but I don't recall where it is actually inside the camera through the menu settings. So I'm going to have to circle back with you on that one, sir. All righty, let's see. Where did we leave off at? All right, that was that question. Let's go to number 2. Yolanda, again, it says this was retracted, but I'm going to go ahead and answer this anyway. Good morning. I'm having issues with my cache filling up as soon as we go live. We use Vimeo, and I have an A10 Mini Pro. Again, when you have because I'm having the same issue that's being experienced at the church in Elgin, but again, that is more related to network. So when you have cache issues with the ATEM, it's either the ATEM, the local network itself, the settings that you have on the ATEM are too high for what your upload speed is able to maintain. Your upload speed is not fast enough. The key is actually wrong of where you're trying to go to and navigate to. The internet issue is local, or is the issue with where you're going to as a platform. Again, I am using Vimeo right now, and I'm not having any issues here. And that reminds me, I wonder if there was a caching thing on the Rodecaster. It just made Rodecaster video. It makes me think. So the first thing I would check is, what are your settings on the ATEM? So like if I go over here to my ATEM, and when you do your output settings, let me get over here and hide some stuff here. All right, nothing is on here. So like when you're on the ATEM, make sure first that your quality is not set at hyperdeck. Those are really meant for recording. I don't know why they keep those settings the same. This setting actually dictates both the live stream and the recording, which I think is kind of dumb. They should separate those. But if you have this here, this is like uncompressed recording, and it's not enough for your upload speed to handle that. So be mindful of that. If you have it on high, I would bounce it in between medium and low, see if you're still getting that issue. If you're still having a caching issue, run a test on what your upload speed is. So like if I go to speedtest.net, like for me, and again, I have Verizon and I'm 1,000 up, 1,000 down. So again, this is not a good example for everybody, but like for me, I would come in here, go test this, see what your speed is. And again, it's one thing to test during the week. It's another time to test on the day that you're having service. This is the reason why I was saying in that video talking about 6 essential tips for your media ministry, that you want to be there early enough that you can do tests like this to see, is there something going on in the neighborhood? Are you using kind of coax internet that is distributed and shared and is working great during the week because nobody else is doing it? But then on Saturday or Sunday, whatever your service is, everybody's trying to live stream it on the hour. It gets very difficult. You might want to do that and test it in the day before your service starts to see if that's an issue. So those are a couple of things to check. Your settings in your ATEM software. Which one are you using? If you're on high, move it to medium, try it again, move to low, try it again. If all of that is fine and you're still having the issue, see if there's an issue with just confirm that your streaming key is the same. Might even just make a new streaming key just in case. I've done that multiple times just to make sure. And then, verify, are you having a connection issue locally with your internet provider in the area? Or maybe it's just a local, because again, at Antioch, we used to have the same thing originally before I went to the Unify system, that when I'm there by myself, everything works great, but at the time, we had a shared Wi-Fi, and people would get on the Wi-Fi and try and live stream from their phone, and it would tank our internet connection, so it would kill the upload speed for the computer. So that's when we had to segment people off, and the Unify system helped us do that. It could be something like that as well, too. So hopefully there's a few things that you could try with that. Let's see. Page 2. Created for fun. I just purchased a Fumaco 30X AI camera. Can I swap it for the front 20X camera pointed towards the pulpit? Do I have to change the IP address or anything else? Pastor Moose now. Yes, you can swap it out. What I've done when similar situations, I would disconnect the back camera, find out whatever that IP address is, set that IP address to the new camera, then put it up, and technically it should work without having to change anything with the joystick and everything like that. That's how, when I've rotated my cameras in here, that's what I've done, and I've never really had to make any changes. So that should be very fine and easy to do. Jay Santiago. How do I use lower thirds to my live stream but full screen on the main screen in the sanctuary with ProPresenter 7 and the ATEM? I kind of do that, what I'm doing right now. So let's cut over here so you can actually see it. It's all concerning with your screens that you have to set up. So like right now, here's my ProPresenter. As you see, I don't have a screen on right now because I'm actually using my deck link right now. So what camera is that? That's camera 2. So like right now, as you can see over here, if I zoom in, my ProPresenter right there is showing off this bottom screen. That's coming from the deck link right there. All right. So let's go back over here. So if I go in here to my settings and screens and my configuration, you can see my deck link is actually outputting all of that stuff. So say you're going to need to set 2 screens, and I'm going to just show you how to do both of them. So I have this screen is going to that upper right-hand corner. That's what you're seeing. I had to turn that off once I set this up. So I'm going to set that screen to one thing, and then I have my deck link as the one that's something else. So once you set those screens up, you need to go to your views excuse me, screens, and you need to edit looks. I have a video talking about this. And you need to assign a different look. So right now I have a lower third layout. So that means right now, by default, everything shows on both those screens when they're active. In my lower third configuration, the ATEM one ignores messages, ignores masks, ignores props, ignores announcements, changes whatever into a lower third format, shows slides, but does not show video, does not show video input. So that way it will show both. And it'll do it in the lower third format. So if I move this off screen, and now I'm going to turn that screen on, so now we see that same screen. So now I'm going to bring up, let's clear out everything. I am going to pick a background here. Come on now. And let's say we're going to use, I don't know, let's use that one. That is my background. And we're going to set a scripture, and we'll do Psalms 22. So when I click on this, there we go. And if I cut back over to the shot, as you can see, both of my screens are showing the exact same thing. Now, if I change this, my look to what I configured to a lower third format, so I'm just clicking on that. Now you can see this is now in a lower third format, but this is full screen. So that is what would be going to the TVs, projectors, LED wall, whatever. But then this is what's coming in to the ATEM. And I have no idea why it has my scripture reference looking all crazy like that. Hold on. Let me go back to looks here. And you can't see it here. I need to update how my looks were going because it kind of messed up my stuff here. So we'll come in here and we're going to pick our layout. I think it's the, oh, I had lower third lyrics. That's what it was messing it up. I need to change that to lower third scripture. Now it will put the reference of the scripture in the right place. So if I turn that back on again, so there we go. If we cut back and let's click on that slide again, there it goes. So now it's in the proper format. So if I cut back over here, and actually let's go back to the first shot. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to now do a DSK of, and I haven't used a DSK with here, with the micro panel. So let me make sure I'm set up for that. So, okay, it is. So it's DSK2. So if I turn on DSK2, there you go. So now this is what's showing up in the lower third format. But if I cut over here to number 4, it's still full screen. And you're only seeing that because the DSK is on. So if I turn that off, that's what's showing up here. And I should have tied it to this shot. Let's tie it here. And then if I cut over, it was supposed to go off. Come on now. Tie. There it goes. So that's full screen. But then when I cut back over here, it's lower third. So that's how you can send it to. Have a video talking about that whole thing, but that is a quick version of that. You need to set up 2 screens inside of ProPresenter. Set one to be and make a look for lower thirds. Then that ignores everything but reformats everything into a lower third format. And then have both feeds going into the ATEM. Well, technically, I guess you don't need to have both. One of them goes into the ATEM that you want to be lower third. The other one can go directly to your digital wall or whatever. So that's how that would work. So I hope that helps. Yeah. And let's cut back over here. I don't need to do that. I need to close this screen so I can see. And I can see back to y'all's questions again. Mike, I want to take a nap. I really wanted to go vote early. I'll probably do that next week. But I have a 9-year-old that I've tried to prepare, have all her stuff packed. I have to go back to make sure that she has everything packed. Because last thing I need, it's an 1.5-hour drive from here to Charlottesville. Last thing I need is to get all the way up there. Her stuff isn't there. But then I also need to pack my keyboard, all of my equipment, all of my clothes. And my daughter has a martial arts tournament Saturday. So I need to make sure all of her stuff for the martial art tournament is also packed because we're leaving at 4 a.m. Saturday morning to get back down here. So it's like I crammed in about 4 trips. I need to make sure everything is packed because if not, it is going to be a pain. And maybe I can squeeze in some time, but I'm picking her up right from school, and we got to head straight up there, and that's going to get us there right at about 5 o'clock when she gets out of school. And then right after this, the conference starts at 6, so I got to get her dressed. I got to get dressed, get all my equipment over there, get set up at the church, and then go from there. So yay. What else we got going on here? Page number 1. Mike, how do you decide which one, the 2000 or 1000? Well, that was the community. The community actually suggested we did the next giveaway was going to be the 1000. I think I did a poll, and that's what it picked. So the next one is going to be 1000. Then we're going to go back to 2000. Yeah, it is pretty slick, I must say. The encoder looks a lot richer, I must say, compared to the other one. So if I cut back over here just so y'all can see, that's going out on Twitch right now from the Rodecaster. I don't know what it is. It just looks smoother, the best way I can say it. Looks really rich. And then if I go to AJaytheCEO.com and I scroll down, it should have been going on right there. Don't tell me my stuff was acting up. Live streams. Why didn't this go? I'm going to have to look at that because it should be going right now. Don't you just love it when stuff doesn't work the way it's supposed to? Because I'm streaming to Vimeo here. And it has to be streaming because Vimeo is sending that feed over to Twitch. That's strange because, I mean, I'm right there. It's live there. So I have no idea why is it doing that. Oh, well. One other thing I'll work on later. Kunde, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. How do I show my pastor's iPad as an HDMI HDX input on the OC Go stream? Let me see. So we got our Go stream here. Where's my plug? I don't know where my power plug is for this. I might have to circle back with you on this one. There it goes. Now, can I get down here and plug this in? Hold on a second. Yeah, I might have to circle back. I don't have enough monitors or anything, enough HDMI cables nearby to plug this in so we can actually walk it through. Because we're going to need the screen and everything so we can actually see the setup. So I'm going to have to circle back with you on this one. Remind me, I'll make a note that I need to do a video on how to do that for you. Hopefully, maybe I can squeeze that in before I head out of town. But I will circle back with you on that one, sir. And actually, let me make a note, bookmark right there so I can come back to that. And, okay. okay. YouTube messed me up because I was like, what did I miss? Let's see. G. Albert was saying, I finally got a picture of my media team. Hopefully we'll send it in the next post, and so I don't feel guilty about it. No problem. No problem. Michael Baldwin, hello. Good morning from Philly. Let's see. Anthony. So I would need to go into the software and adjust the settings for the zoom speed. I don't think so. Let me actually circle back on that one. Let's see. What camera was that? That was the Famaco. Let's try that one as well too. So let's circle back. 192. Oh. So if we change zoom speed, if I turn that down, and now let's go over to that camera. And now if I change the zoom, now see that's still not zoom speed. I'm just playing around with all the settings. I'm gonna turn everything down to its lowest speed. And I just want to see how it responds. Yeah, I think it's a menu setting inside of it. And let me see. So it's the menu and PTZ. I hate when I'm trying to do this menu through the joystick because it doesn't always perform the best. Come on now. And I guess this is why I need to have a joystick nearby. Hold on. This is why I have the PTZ Optics app as well too. And it's not showing it. Come on now. Let's cut back over here. Let's see. Let's pin this. Camera number 4. Got me today. This stuff is not responding. Well, maybe if I had an IP address, that would work. And it hung on me. What in the world is going on today? It's not connection is refused. It's like none of my stuff is working today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to circle back. I don't know. The joystick is not responding. Going through the menus, that is. I have. Got a remote. Let's see if we can get that working. And I need some batteries. Man. So while I'm doing this, what y'all got going on this weekend? Any exciting stuff going on? I think now I'm starting to understand what my mom was saying. AJ, you're going to get to a point where you're just going to be excited that you have absolutely nothing to do. And I think I'm starting to understand that. And actually, this is the wrong remote. This is to the Famaco. It's right in front of me. So I mean, not the Famaco. This is the PTZ Optics one. So let me actually do that one. Maybe that one will work. So let's go to our menu here. If we go here to our PTZ, there it goes. So call preset speed. So there is your setting that would change that. Now, again, I think it's funny. I had this one, I thought, cranked up as fast as possible. All right, so the fastest is 24. So that's what I have it set. So this is actually in the menu. It's not showing through the joystick. So now that I have that changed, let's go to our presets and We'll go to presets. That joystick is locked. Hold on. It's locked because that Famaco is still in menu mode. Hold on. How do you fix stuff? Flip it off and then turn it right back on. All right, so once this is back, I'm connecting back to the camera. All right, speed should be set. We're going to go to camera number 1. Let's go to the preset after we set the speed to max. There's no way that's max. That's preset on that camera. That is super slow. So let's actually go back through it again. Preset call speed. Let's set it at 1. And let's see. Maybe it's the opposite or something. Still not what I would consider to be fast. Again, that's that one. So I don't know where the other joystick is for the other one, but it looks like all of these are kind of built on the same type of OS. So it must be inside of the actual remote in the menu to get to it. So I couldn't be more specific, but I don't know why mine is acting up, and I need to make sure I take these batteries out. I won't be able to turn this monitor on and off. But yeah, don't you just love it when stuff doesn't work when you need it to? That is awesome. Mike, is there a way to change the sensitivity of the AI tracking on the Famaco camera so that it's not so robotic besides just close half? Yeah, if we go back into that setting here, let me refresh this now that we're back on that camera. So here in the AI tracking, see, I haven't updated mine. I think it's another firmware that kind of gives you a little bit more. So are you talking about more about the smoothness of how it's following somebody? Is that what you're talking about, Mike? Because I think mine has improved a lot. I think like BZB Gear one that I mainly use, the one that's behind me, isn't as robotic. And I guess maybe it might be kind of like a symbiotic relationship. I've kind of worked within the confines of what it can and can't do, and it's not as jerky. I think that's more of changing around and playing around with the speed of how it's going to move to go in between its positions. I think that's kind of something you would have to play around with. I need to take one of these out to another church and actually just let them see how it will roll in the middle of service. Stacy Thomas, thank you for the sub. Rob, cable networks are the worst when it comes on Sundays and Thursdays. Everyone is streaming now. Yeah, especially if it's a coax one and they haven't updated, it's like a distributed node. If you're the only person on it, it's like 100 gallons are coming into the neighborhood. If you're the only one that's using it, hey, you get full access. But then when it comes to the service days, it's distributed. That's why fiber optic is different. It's point to point. So it doesn't matter how many people are using it in your area. You're going to have that full speed as best as you can. Unique motors. Can post link video of how to stream to multiple destinations with the A10 Mini. You can't. Well, actually, I did have a video. Let me rephrase that. I did have a video early on that talked about how to stream with every single output that an A10 is available. And again, it's the A10 Mini Pro and higher. The A10 Mini is discontinued. That never had streaming. But for the A10 Mini Pro, you can put in a destination for that one, have the USB out, go to another platform like OBS or vMix, let that stream. And then, well, I think how I did it is the A10 was streaming to one place. I had the video out going into a capture card on the computer that streamed to somewhere else. Then the USB out was going into like Facebook or Zoom. So those are the ways that you would do that. But again, that's the A10 Mini Pro and higher. Rob, this was clean. I did actually do a significant amount of cleaning in here compared to what it used to be. So let me turn off the tracking on that one, and I can actually control this one and show you a little bit more of how much I actually have cleaned up in here. Let me turn off tracking so I can use the joystick for that. All right. So in here, believe it or not, I have done a lot in cleaning up in here. The wiring stuff I've rewired. I haven't rewired this computer and this stuff yet. A bunch of the stuff over here I changed out my whole networking closet back there, so that's been cleaned up. All of the cables up under the desk, I need to put that in a conduit to make that all nice and pretty. But again, I don't do that much here because I don't own this place. So, what I would really do is I'll put all these cables on the wall and there will be a jack in the wall and everything will plug in. I can't do that here, unfortunately. When I get my place, that's would be the plan. And then all of this stuff would be a lot different. But believe it or not, this is actually a lot cleaner than what it was. See, like if I look at the desk up under there, there's another switch. Got my shoes over there. The TV I've been trying to repair, the motherboard and all that other stuff like that. So I mean, hey, I've done a lot better than what it used to be. JHB, looking for a reasonable price, good image webcam. Any suggestions? Well, it depends. The Logitech Brio is one. But what is the price range? Excuse me. What's the price range that y'all are looking at? Let me see. Mike was saying, no nap for you. No, not at all. My naps have been stolen because I've been playing Silent Hill 2. That was a classic game that I played in college. It came out on a PlayStation, and it is still scary. Not too scary. My daughter walked in on me playing it. She's like, oh, my God, what is that? I was like, you need to go back upstairs. You don't need to look at this. But anyway, mom's video. Are there any PTZ controllers that have HDMI out to plug directly into a switcher? PTZ controllers direct to switcher, or does each PTZ have to go to the switcher independently? Yes, it has to go to the switcher independently. I've never seen a PTZ controller that has an HDMI out. Christ Liberty Family Life Center. Hey, AJ, I'm using the GoStream Duet. I want to be able to do live graphics and graphics that can be updated. Would I have to get Studio or can use something else? Would I have to get Studio had? I'm sorry, I'm missing what you're saying. If you want to do graphics and stuff like that, if you're using the Duet, it all depends. I mean, you could, if you're running stuff like Presenter or whatever type of stuff, H2R graphics or anything like that, you can send that to the other input and you should be able to just interlace them. I mean, it all depends on the settings that the Duet has, but I mean, you could do that. Let's see. Hey, you're welcome. When you get your new place, we need to have a technology. Hey, that's the plan. And then JHB was saying price range is $250. I would say that's pretty good. Also, I would say with your webcam, it all depends on how far away are you going to be, is the subject going to be. So again, like the Brio, this is one, a 4K one, that's around like 200. I know PTZ Optics has a couple. I don't know the price range of theirs. I do have another camera that's coming from AVCams that they want me to review. What is that? Oh, it's actually right there. This is the one they're going to be sending me to do a review on, and that was higher than I thought it was going to be. But it has NDI and all this other stuff in it. I think it's almost kind of like the Mio. But anyway, this is coming soon. But let me see. I would think that PTZ Optics one. Where's it at? It wasn't the link. Oh, and I just completely didn't even click on it. It says webcams right there. Need to see what the price of that is. Because it almost looks like the same frame as the other one. I don't know where to buy. Ah, I don't know how much that one is going for. Let's look at B&H Photo, PTZ Optics, webcam. Let's see how much they charging for that. Oh, that's dirt cheap. And that's 1080p. So, I mean, that's like $40. But again, it all depends on the subject of how far away everybody is and stuff like that. That's the main thing you want to look out for. Nothing the matter with a PTZ, webcam. Like, if I'm this far away, like within 2 feet, yeah, if you want to do anything further than that, I wouldn't honestly do anything more than 12 feet. You will want to look at a 4K one that you can crop in and it'll still have quality, but it all depends on the layout. Paula, excuse me. I'm interested in the Mackie Pro FX 16 version 3 16 channel mixer and in-house and live streaming. Do you suggest it or anything else? I've used that one. It all depends. Is it mainly for, I mean, you said it's for in-house and live streaming. So you have the outputs that will allow it to do output. Hold on. Mackie Pro FX 16 V3. So this is the exact one I've installed at a couple of churches before. Now, this would give you enough outputs. The main thing is it going to be enough for you to grow with? So, yes, you can get the USB out. You can send it over for your live stream. I think you can route that for specifically what outs that's going to be. I'm looking for it, just a picture here. So here on the back, you have the USB out, or you could use 1/4 inch. That's always going to be your main outs. So that's all going to be the same output. If you look on top of here, you could do one of the aux outs. You can send that for your live stream, and then the green knobs 1, 2, and 3 can control how much goes there, so you can have a separate mix. The main thing is, I think this is a good board, but is this going to be enough channels for you currently, or is it going to be something that you need to grow into? Hold on one second. Hello. I'm doing good. Can you give me a second? I'm actually doing a live stream right now. Okay. Okay. Bye. Sorry, that was with New Hope. I just did their computer down there and they had a couple of questions. So I have to make sure a mental note to call them back. But I think this is good. Just make sure when any of y'all are looking to get a mixer that's going to give you more inputs than you currently need, because last thing you want to do is a lateral move, and then you're kind of limited on what you're going to do and what you're going to move into next. That would be my suggestion for that. But again, I have used this board and it is good. I've done that at one other church that will remain nameless. I'm not going to talk about them no more. Kind of broke ties with working with them. But I did that. And then who was the one that's near King's Dominion? I did a board similar to like that. New Hope, New Canton, we did a board similar to that. We upgraded them, but they were the 22 channel version. So yeah, I think it's a good board. Be mindful though that when you turn on phantom power, it goes to all channels. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Richard, good morning to you as well. I need to switch back from here. What else do we got? Hold on one second. The calls never end. The calls never end. Hey, so again, I'm sorry for this being so short, especially with all these support calls going in, and we got to head out to Charlottesville pretty soon, and I need to squeeze in some time. This is wisdom. I need to take a nap because I'm tired, and last thing I need to do is be driving and then have to do praise and worship and then drive right after that again. But I'm going to try and get back on here. I might even try and see. I know they're going to be live streaming the conference, so I honestly, I would highly recommend y'all get a part of it. I want to just, especially, and I just don't want this to be that I know the West or anything like that, or I'm there. Again, we always talk about it before. We want to promote everybody as best as we possibly can. I don't believe in share for share. Don't do no stupid stuff like that. But If there's any way for me to help promote your stuff and get more people out there so we can share the message, that's what it's all about. And I want to get that done as much as I possibly can. And I'm trying to actually remote into their computer at the same time. But let me do a big shout out and thank you to all our Patreon supporters and subscribers, folks. Thank you so much. I can't do this stuff without y'all. I mean, you can go to, if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can always like, subscribe, and share. But if you want to do a little bit more than that, you can go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO, or you can click the join button down below. Either one of those ways will work, folks. And I got to install this driver for them. That's probably why it's not working. To help fund what we do, folks. So that's why I'm really excited about and just really appreciative of the fact that y'all do this. So big shout out to all of y'all great folks that helped support me for so many years doing this stuff. And why is that image not going away? There we go. And I'm right on the wrong one. So just so y'all can see, this is what I normally do, balancing all this other stuff. While I'm talking to y'all, I'm trying to remote in and get their stuff installed at the same time. So this is fun. This is a USB adapter for their VGA that's not being installed. So I got to get that installed for them. Do that. Go vote. Pack my daughter's stuff. Get my keyboard stuff. Get on the road. Do all this other stuff. So again, thank you so much. I'm going to try and get back on here if I can. I can't promise that. I might try and do another thing during Sunday afternoon or something like that. I need to go back into doing church post-production. But we don't go back to the basics, folks. Please revisit that video I was talking about. Probably what I'm going to do is document my stuff so I can show what I need, because I need to have a document for me as well, too. Not just churches, but then I want this to be a bit back to basics to get your stuff straight. Because, again, we don't want to be the go-to for everything. We want to have our stuff documented so people can come back behind us and we can have it efficiently with resources that are needed to train our people in our media ministry. And then when we bring more, and then we can work on doing other things as well, too. My apologies for this being short, but then all of a sudden, everybody's trying to call right now because obviously they have their services coming up on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm out of pocket because I got to go do the same thing myself. Let me know if y'all still had any other questions. Know that you can go ahead and reach out to me at questions@ajhomes.com. I have my phones with me. I won't have my I'll probably bring my tablet so I can actually answer some of y'all stuff. But you can email me that way. And we had our roundtable last Sunday, so we won't have it this Sunday. Maybe I'll start back up the church post-production, and we'll start going through doing some edits, some shorts, all this other stuff like that, and do some basic video editing training so we can help y'all get up to speed so you can start doing some other stuff with your ministry with the recordings that we highly recommend that you always do as a backup. And if no one's ever told you, folks, thank you for everything that you do. Again, my apologies for normally I go for 2 hours, but I just have to call it what it is. I'm getting stretched a little bit thin. That's why I said I need to take a vacation coming up pretty soon. But anyway, I hope that's about it, folks. Let me give this folks a call. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Again, my apologies for being so short. Let me know if you have any other questions. Hit me up if you need a consultation, all that other fun stuff. We're going to be running next week, but I do have some availability. We're going to be in Washington, North Carolina next Saturday for on-site. I got something else on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to be working on relocating the screens at 31st Street. We're going to be starting another install in Oxford. And then we got, I'm supposed to be doing some type of sound stuff in Seattle, Washington. Waiting to hear back from that. But anyway, folks, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. And again, my apologies for being so short. But please, hope to see you online or in person at the On a Mission for the Great Commission this weekend. And that's about it. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be seeing y'all later.